since its inception, we here at Global Footprint Network have been lucky to count a major partner, one of the oldest and most recognized awareness building NGOs in the entire world, Earth Day Network. Among other things, they have especially helped spread the word about our footprint calculator that's being used by more than 1 million, maybe 2 million now every year. On this Earth Overshoot Day 2018, it is my distinct pleasure to speak with its president, Kathleen Rogers. She's a lifelong environmental activist, a powerful voice in the global sustainability conversation, and a powerhouse herself. Welcome to the show, Kathleen.
How are you? Can you see me?
I can. Thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
How are you?
I'm so glad to be here, and I was listening in, which was also terrific.
Oh, good. We've had some amazing people today and yesterday.
Really great.
Excellent. So let me just jump right into it. We've worked together for a very long time, but what does Earth Overshoot Day mean for you and for the Earth Day Network?
Well, I think first and foremost, we're both in the same business of building movements worldwide. And for us, the footprint has been particularly useful in working with the public. Millions and millions and millions of people have come on our website to work with us around the footprint in schools. And it has led us down the road of really understanding that Earth Overshoot Day is critically important if we're going to educate the people beyond what they're learning from the tools that we present them on our joint websites and efforts together, as useful as that is. And so Overshoot Day, like Earth Day, is a critical first step in educating people about the limitations of our planet and the opportunity for each of us as individuals to take some kind of concrete action. So for starters, it's critically important that we offer pathways to people, and Earth Overshoot Day certainly helps Earth Day Network meet its mission and goals.
And I understand that Earth Day Network has many interesting programs and projects going on, especially related to, I think you guys have a big milestone coming up, correct?
We do. Our 50th anniversary is April 22nd, 2020, which itself is a banner year for other activities that relate to the Sustainable Development Goals, climate goals. So it comes at a critical time, and our goal is to have at least 2 billion people participating in Earth Day in a meaningful way. And by that, I mean not just engaging in normal activities, but actually understanding that their activities can be webbed together and be made part of something bigger. And I think that's the yearning that we've seen. Despite the good intentions of my own community, I think we have not been able to engage or create the army of people that we need behind us to realize the goals. So the 50th anniversary is intended not to take the world 180 degrees in a different direction, but really to help us right the ship, sail it a little bit 3 or 4 degrees in the right direction so that we can build a broad movement that supports us at the polls, in our schools, in our appropriations for solving some of these crises. So Earth Day is a critical moment in time, and we intend to take full advantage of it.
And I understand there is a particularly exciting initiative associated with that.
Well, there are a number. I think for us, we work substantively on 4 campaigns: endangered species, climate, plastics, and climate and environmental literacy. Those are our main programs, as well as reforestation. But we've zeroed in on a really important project around citizen science. And our partners are too long to name, and they range from our main partners, the State Department and the Wilson Center, but also Nat Geo, the International Association of Science Museums, many, many partners that have come forward from around the world to join in this activity. We hope to have 1 billion data points of citizen science, but more important, we're going to be aggregating and visualizing for everyone in the world all of the citizen science that we can collect from our partners. We all do great work, but there's no one-stop shopping for citizen science, which I think also, in addition to providing information on plastics in your environment, air and water pollution, we're also going to be creating hackathons that will allow people to use their cell phones to not just demonstrate the plastics, but the source of the plastics, and not just the air pollution, but the source of the pollution. There are enormous numbers of ways that we can use cell phone technology and infrared technology and put it in the hands of everybody. So our goal is to have hundreds of millions of people participating, as well as aggregating everybody's citizen science so that we can find everything in one place, whether it's in Tanzania or in Washington, D.C. We can get the full picture from the great projects that are on the ground. So it's a great opportunity, and it's a stepping stone to environmentalism.
Amazing, amazing. And we're looking forward to being partners with you on that as well.
We wouldn't do it without you.
Well, my very last question for you then is, if 1 year from now, and hopefully later, if we're going to meet on Earth Overshoot Day, if there was an issue or challenge that you would really love to see progress on, what would that challenge be?
I think it's a challenge I mentioned before. Earth Day's mission is to diversify the movement, broaden the movement, educate them, and activate them. And despite, as I said, our best intentions, the environmental community remains small. We did some polling and review of polls, exit pollings in countries that have democratic voting processes. And we found that climate and environment was nowhere near the top of the list. And while we've done able work, all of us, in bringing great legislation and regulation and biodiversity protection, we're not doing enough. And that movement has to be for everyone. So our partners include the International Red Cross, the Church of England, the Vatican, International Boy Scouts, not your usual suspects. And so Earth Day is very much about reaching everybody but the true Greens, who've been doing Earth Day for close to 50 years. And so we've been really heartened by this giant response to Earth Day and the interest that governments, mayors at the local level, and these big international institutions that seemingly have nothing to do with the environment or Earth Day. We want to get them involved with the footprint and the overshoot concepts, as well as educating them and activating them. So we're pretty excited about all of our campaigns.
I think it's fantastic. And I can't thank you enough for joining us.
It's been a great program.
Well, thank you for joining us. Let's move the date.
Thank you. Oh, hold on. I couldn't find a pen. So how's that look?